Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the appropriate age group, I got something for y'all. Now, I was originally gonna do this, during October and whatnot, but, stuff happened. Change of plan. So, we have Doki Literature Club right here. Now, brief little backstory though, honestly. I did record this, right? I recorded it and everything. For whatever reason, when I went back to it, right? All the audio was muted. So I'm like, but it's not muted whenever I play it in video. So I go into film more. I don't hear nothing. So what happened is the shiz was muted in my Elgato capture, you know what I mean, while I was recording. When in actuality, all I really wanted it to do was, not have the echoing for the actual live commentary and whatnot. But anywho, let's get into the nitty gritty. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. I know the vibe. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running off. That's low-key disrespectful. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Overslept again. But I got you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Rhapsody. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Raps, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. Haven't even been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? It must have been in one of those odd times where you think I'm paying attention to you and listening, and I'm just agreeing with you so you can get off my back. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she is going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried about you. I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Kinda crazy. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind, at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her little head. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sawyer wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. And then, after, the nightclub. And then, the strip club. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way in hell I'm going to your club. No chance! No chance in hell! Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. You out here just running your mouth, saying I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do the third. Meanwhile, you're just trying to string me along in whatever convoluted scheme you got cooking up in the pot, lady. Whatever you got in the Kool-Aid, I'm not drinking it. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake. Alright. Yes! Let's go. This cupcake better bang. Swear. This better be the best cupcake of my life. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Rhapsody. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation because I'm dumbfounded at this point. I'm sitting here scratching my head. I'm scratching my head like a chimpanzee because I am just flabbergasted. I'm kerfuffled. I'm schmeckeldorfed. This club? And I mean this club right here, the club you see in front of y'all, I'm not talking about the club over there down the hall, I'm not talking about the club that's right across. No, this club right here is full of incredibly beautiful, incredibly cute girls. I've stumbled into a gold mine. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. My apologies. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Isn't that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Rhapsody. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Let me close this window real quick. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, the whole shebang. Basically completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little out of place. Very sus. I'm about to press the button, if you know what I mean. You too, Monica. Come, sit down, Rhapsody. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! What? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. Meow! The whiskers are drawn with icing, and the little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with a mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face, like a slob. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I bet I heard this somewhere before. The slime. The slime, it tickles me. It feels very familiar. I don't know where this is from. Guys, everyone, I'm gonna need your assistance. I don't know where this line is, I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it's familiar from. But I think it's for, like, a certain, like, archetype or stereotype of character. I think they start with a T? I'm not sure. I forget. Made them for you or anything? Ah! I thought you technically did, Sayuri said. Well, maybe! But not for you. No, you, dummy. Alright. Pump the brakes. Relax, reel it in. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. For many a reason. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? No. I guess so. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy a good cup of tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Would it be far-fetched to tell you that Natsuki hatched this diabolical plan to sway me into the literature club after she told y'all that she was gonna bring a new member and that I so happened to be said member because I was not interested in any club whatsoever. I didn't want to be bothered. I wanted to be left alone. Mind my own business. You know what I mean? I'm over here. She's over there. Meanwhile, she wants to come over here and bother me about joining a club. Alright? But the deal breaker was the whole ordeal of a cupcake being involved. I sold my very soul and dignity for these here cat cupcakes. That is what got me here in the literature club today. Is that not the correct answer, Monica? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... Forget me just telling her the actual answer. That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events, yada yada yada. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention. For instance, literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Excuse me. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Rhapsody, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, it's funny you asked this question, Yuri. Comics, manga, manhwa. I'm especially big on manhwa, but we're not going to talk about that. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself. Half joking. Half. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Under the proper conditions and if requirements are met, could definitely be a big reader. In more ways than one. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Sounds like you, sir, have a classic case of the rustle in the jimmies. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. It's like hypnosis. I can't look away. I am being drawn into the teacup. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books. Not people. Sound familiar? She sounds like Twilight. Twilight Sparkle, to be exact. Loves books. People. Or ponies. Not so much. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read horror. I've read a horror book once. I desperately grasp at anything I can to relate at a minimal level. My man is so lost in the sauce, like he is grasping at straws just to stay in the game. It's unfortunate. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Alright, Charlie Brown. What did everyone get for Halloween? I got a rock. Charlie Brown looking... Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! And give that back! Fine, fine. Hey, your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess I do, sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not very confident writer, are we? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. You have writing experience too, Yuri. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, everyone. I have an idea. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Rhapsody? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. Time out. Flag on the play. I would like to blow the whistle. Alright? I'm gonna put the striped referee shirt on real quick, because we still have a problem here. I didn't agree to any of this. I didn't agree to be a member. I didn't sign no wafer. I ain't... Nothing. It ain't official. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind this entire time. I ain't never said I'm joining. Sayuri may have convinced me to drop by for a cupcake, but I've never made any decision here, ladies. Alright? Y'all jumping the gun a little bit too quickly. Y'all getting a little trigger happy. Y'all need to slow it down. I still have some other clubs to look at. And, losing my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought... Rhapsody. You all... They used an attack that I'm not aware of, and it's super effective. I'm defenseless against these girls. Somebody call 911. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? It's a hypothetical, alright? Well, not hypothetical. I meant rhetorical, alright? Don't answer that question. Because there ain't no real answer. That is, to say at the very least, writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Where do I sign on dotted line? Eins Al Ghul. I am willing to sell my soul for this harem. Right. Okay, I've decided. I'll join the literature club. Eins Al Ghul, bring out the paper. I'm signing the contract. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sorry, wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Can you please stop? You really did scare me for a moment. You really just came for the cupcakes. I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring in to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over to me once more. Rhapsody, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Tune in next time on the next episode of Doki Doki Literature Club Z, ladies and gentlemen. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Rhapsody, since we're already here, you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. I'm free. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home to our humble abode. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, last, but definitely not least, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I am pumped up. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will smile upon me. Praise the sun! And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight! Alright. So, here's where it gets convoluted, right? I've kinda already did this part. And I already wrote the poem and everything for that first recording. But fam, here's what I want, here's what I want the viewers to do, right? So, I'm gonna go through these 20 pages. I'm gonna pick the words that I've already picked because I already wrote the poem and everything. But here's what I want y'all to do, right? In the comments section, I want y'all to pick 20 words from every page on here, right? And I actually want y'all to write a poem in the comments. I'm going to put my poem down in there. Actually, I'm gonna read my poem when in the next episode of Doki Doki Literature Club Z. You know what I mean? But I want to see what you guys got cooking up in the stew down there in the comments section. I really want to see what y'all working with down there with that pen and pad. You know what I'm saying? So let me pick these words. I think they changed them. They changed them. They changed them. None of these are... Because I did Scars, Fantasy, Essence, Heartbeat, Disaster, Disarray, Aura, Judgment, Starscape, Unstable, Destiny, Rose, Uncontrollable, Disown, Unending, Desire, Lipstick, Whirlwind, Lust, and Leisure. So... I guess to kind of match it, I'd have to go with, like, Eternity. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I have the original, right? Alright. So here's what I'm gonna do. Alright, I'm gonna do the original. I'm gonna put the original one that I did in the comment section as well, right? The new one, I'll also write something. So what we did. Alright, so let me do this. So I did what? It was Eternity was the first one, right? That was the first word, Eternity. Alright, so next we got Desire. We do Misery. Let me get Pleasure. Let me get Massacre. I'm at least trying to pick like different words from what I originally picked. Suicide. Crimson. Romance. We are going to do Vivid. We'll do Infallible. Defeat. We'll do Promise. Graveyard. Vivacious. We'll do Whisper. Agonizing. Uncanny. Unrequited. We'll do Grief. And Infinite. Hi again, Rhapsody. Look, first of all, Monica, you ain't just gonna roll up on me like that, alright? I ain't even write my stuff yet, alright? You gonna have to slow your roll. And speaking of slowing your roll, we also need to cut this off, alright? We done hit the benchmark and whatnot. Alright, so we all have our 20 words, right? So, poems with your 20 words. Down there in the comment section, I want to see what y'all got cooking up. I know y'all got, I know y'all got something. I know y'all do. Don't lie to me. I know y'all got some writing jobs. But I'll put my original one down there in the comment section as well. And then, you know what I mean? We can really chop this up. We can make this Doki Doki Literature Club Z series, like, we can make this one a banger. We can make this a poetry slam. You know what I mean? And then, actually, at some point, like, at the end of the series, I don't know, if people would like me to read their poems and whatnot, I'll definitely do that for sure. But that'll be for, you know, later discussions and whatnot. I will catch you guys and ladies next time. Till then, stay safe, stay golden, shine bright, my stars.